Ben was diagnosed with this terrible disease that I couldn't even say for like a year and a half. Today I can say it. X-linked adrenoleukodystrophy. The doctors told us it's terminal and there's nothing they can do, and there aren't any therapies, and they felt really bad and they were really sorry about that. And Dr. Van Haren, who you guys have met over the last couple of years, has a lab at Stanford that's specifically trying to find therapies and cures for this problem. And that's what we're doing here the last couple of years. This is the fifth one. We've raised over $120,000 for his lab. He couldn't make it this weekend. His grandma's 100th birthday is this weekend in Michigan, where he's from. So on the website, he had a video about the progress that has been made, what they're working on, how much this money helps. And so he wanted me to express so much gratitude and thankfulness and to his lab and the work to help find some relief for these young boys that have to go through this. BeWarrior. I was thinking about the word warrior the last couple days. It has the word war in it. War is in warrior. And when you go to war, warriors that go to war, they're thinking a lot about their death. Because that's often what happens when you're in war. There's a lot of death. And I do want to appeal today to your conscience in this way, because we're here, there's so much life. We have the beautiful Mount Rose, the trail, and we have this BeWarrior idea. And I think oftentimes we have a tendency to not want to think about death. Why would you want to think about death? I humbly am here having to think about death all the time, and I understand that a lot of you haven't had to. And I just want to push in on that a little bit, because we're all going to die. We are all going to face our death. And Ben had to do that as a 9-year-old boy. I'm so proud to say that he never gave up his faith in God. He faced his death, and that inspires me so much to talk about how he did that, how we did that. There are people here, you guys here, that have known us for so long, way before Ben was born. Friends and family, and when Ben was born, you saw us through this, you see us now. I just so much just want to ask, what do you think about that? How is it that we're standing here? What is our hope in? How did Ben think about where he was going after he died, after his body died? That's what fueled his life so much. For those of you that were around him towards the end, one of the things that he would talk about a lot to people was he would just ask them, what do you think happens when you die? And then he would say, do you know you really don't die? And what he's talking about there is that, do you know you have a soul? That you have a soul that lives on. That every human being has a soul. And that's just something I wanted to talk about a little bit today. I just wanted to push in on that, into your conscience. We're out here. The Bible says that God has been made known through his nature, through the creation, to everybody. So if you're here and you're not a believer in God, what's happening is, just being out here, you're getting the general revelation of God. And then the Bible says that the Bible is for the specific knowledge of salvation. And so you have a general revelation, and then you have the specific revelation to how to be saved. That's what Ben and I did a lot of. It was really awesome. Aligning our hope in something beyond this world. There's a word out there that is really hard for me, that I don't understand, and because there's so many friends here that I love, I just want to bring it up. And it's a word called relativism. Can I just ask you, like, how, if I was an atheist, was I going to tell Ben? I mean, if you're an atheist, what are you going to tell your kid that's dying? You came from nothing, you're going to nothing. Is that what you're going to tell him? There is no soul, there is no God. If you're a Buddhist, what are you going to tell your kid? There is no soul. You're going to transcend some consciousness into the next reincarnation, a new realm. No way was Ben gonna. No way was Ben. Ben was Ben. He was just like, that's crazy talk. We have an identity. We each have an identity. It's called the Imago Dei. And so I just couldn't resist in having us on the trail. Be warrior, have that spirit, and think about some harder things. Think about some harder things. Is there a truth? Or is it just relative? Hey man, I'm glad you guys found something that helps you. That's really good. I'm glad that worked out for you. Your truth is your truth. My truth is my truth. That violates the law of non-contradiction. It doesn't even have reason. It's not even reasonable. I'm just saying, let's be reasonable about this and look at our t-shirts and say, wow, what if I was in war facing my death? What would I, or my kid was facing his death, what would I tell him? Okay, I love you guys.